So the main reason I'm doing this vid was a link sent to me by one of my fellow Facebook and YouTube buddies, Taz, and it's from the Black Belt Barrister. Anyway, look, under fair use, should I grab a speaker for this? Let's just play some of this.
Not least of which he points to in a second email that obviously many people have got concerns about the alleged unlawful sharing of accounts with companies such as Uber Eats by illegal migrants who have no right to work, were not supposed to be here in the first place, and many people would probably not want them to take a photograph of their ID. Nonetheless, this is the guide to this new policy. It says, guiding you through our updated verification process. This is aimed at the drivers. Delivering age-restricted items comes with additional requirements compared to regular food and grocery orders. If you choose to participate in alcohol deliveries alongside other orders which require age verification, it's important to understand the legal obligations. Delivering alcohol-restricted items to individuals under 18 or alcohol...
I mean, they set it up, you know, the reasons, but people are being groomed. They're sleepwalking into what this digital ID is all about. I mean, ultimately, look, they want what has made Western nations so successful gone, absolutely, in every respect. And remember, while these puppet politicians are masquerading as the righteous, they're just literally reading out policy structured around destruction of what they purport to want to save. So they say, well, if we get more in tax in the form of X, Y, and Z, this will help individuals and whatever. But as you look around you, nothing could be further from the truth. And it is absolutely about the maximum extraction from the many to the few, while making life so unbelievably miserable over time that people will willingly jump into these death pods under, you know, assisted dying and maid projects and whatever else as their life turns to shit. I mean, you could say, look, Scott, yet again, you're not selling it, really? Let me...
For it. Here in India, I think it's 1 billion people have digital ID. It's been taken up on a voluntary basis in huge numbers, not least because it means that you can access your own money, make payments.
Access your own money. Think about this. And how's that working out by the day for many people? You see the vids. Somebody walks into a bank, wants to, I don't know, spend $3,000 on a yet undecided vehicle for their son. As an example, I've seen a vid like that. And they are being told, you know, the individual, the father who's gone in, what are you going to be spending that money on? I'm going to spend it on the vehicle for my son. Do you have any proof of that? Can you show us communications? Can you? I mean, really, think about this. I mean, you were warned, and I say this to many of the blue degree Masons, that, oh, you're so fucking cool, aren't you? Honestly, and to this day, many of them keep talking about bloody crypto, and I'm like, fuck off. Seriously. Anyway, we're off at tangents, or are we? This is absolutely, utterly about control over every single aspect of your life, and people are sleepwalking into it. And the amount of clued up they go, crypto's the way to go. And all I say to them is, have you any grasp of the hardware, never mind the fucking software, of computers since you name it, how far back it goes, who got the contracts for the boards, the motherboards, the daughter boards, all the rest of it back in the 80s and the 90s, and language was changed, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And there was back doors built in everything. Everything. You know, every single thing. One of your pen drives, do you, for 1 second, realize that as soon as you plug it into anything, flags up somewhere? Every single bloody one of these things. Oh, mine comes with encryption, Scott. Really? It's not worth a fuck. You've done decades of Bond and cool and, you know, sci-fi and facial recognition. Green. You know, whatever it is. Microchip. What was it, Van Diesel in the noughties? You know, having to, through some Russian oligarch, get a chip under his skin so he could get into America. You know, I mean, there's literally hundreds of movies, TV, games, you name it, that has got most of the gullible to where we are and beyond. And to this day, I see these Muppets with their phones. Scum, bump, bump. And they're downloading apps galore, but everything's secure on their phone. Seriously. Oh, dear, dear, dear. As always, I can do a much better job. And even at the start, they should be like, what was that guy really saying? I'll leave you a link to him. Maybe I am just fucking burnt out from the lot of it, because I would not have thought any of this was rocket science. For years, people like myself were saying, look at Freemasonry, look at the occult in general. You know, no matter what the Davidites of this world are saying about lizards and it's only a few, you know, global players, you've got an interconnected death cult, multitude of occult religions, and they number about 10% of society. Yeah? So the implementation of this at every level, right? You name the class. You even look at the neighborhoods. There's occultists everywhere. And they all feed back through these various networks, including the church. And I would argue especially the church. I mean, why is it that people have such a struggle? But, well, arrogance, apathy, mixture of both, other things. To actually look even in the last 150 years and look at some decent, fine authors, many of them no longer around, who were making the effort to put that picture to you. Like, nothing is by accident, by and large. And every, you know, bit by bit by bit. Oh, we're going to pull ID this time because we've allowed quite literally hundreds of thousands of people to dinghy surf across. And I remember doing a vid in the last year or so anyway. Is it dinghies or us? Now, whether it was YouTube, probably more chance of it being Odyssey when I was still throwing vids up there. And I'm saying, come on, statistically, you know, you don't have to be MI whatever to be looking into who's getting to buy all these dinghies. So where are they getting them from? Yeah? Dinghies are us? You know, they keep talking about data and all the rest of it, but no, we've no idea how, you know. And then you hear stories and some videos about the dinghies that came across here, loaded onto trucks and back across to France. It all literally ties in, but people need to be entertained. I'll repeat, I could do a much better job, maybe in the next vid, but
not least because it means that you can access your own money, make payments.
Seriously? Whether you're poor or rich, you make the wrong opinions, all the rest of it. Whatever you thought was yours just disappears. Absolutely. Crypto. Honestly, oh, dear God. Oh. I'll speak to you soon.